and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
We know that you're going to have something probably in the order of 8 to 10% nominal GDP growth in the economy this year.
GDP growth in the second quarter, we think, is going to be very strong, 9.2%.
This is unbelievable. Unbelievable. They keep hawking this annual growth. They're talking about the end of the year. It'll be 6, 8, 9%. Now, I'm not doubting that we could temporarily hit 6 or 8%. After all, the economy's been shut down for a year. So when you open it, we're coming from such a low threshold. How can it not hit 6 or 8 or 9%? Of course it's going to. High probability. But it's not going to last. See, they got to go on and say that. They also got to tell you what they are doing to hit this 6 to 8% is hurting us big time. All this money printing, you're giving it to all these people to go spend it. You're giving it to people who are not working, people who are at home. When the government or the Federal Reserve prints money to give to someone who doesn't contribute to productivity, who doesn't work, and the economy grows, and you call that economic growth? What are you, nuts? That's crazy. That's not economic growth. That's inflation. I mean, think about it. Keep giving people money and say to them, okay, go spend it. We're going to keep printing money, and you go keep spending it. But they don't have a job. They don't contribute to productivity. Productivity is everything to our country. Our country is built on productivity. If you don't have productivity, you don't have anything. So they're saying, let's everybody stay at home. We'll print all this money to create inflation, which benefits the elitists, Wall Street, the banksters, the big guys, screws Main Street. But to sit there and say that we're going to have the 6 to 8% without coming out and saying this is going to hurt us, because the 6 and 8% is not economic growth. We are lying to you when we say it's economic growth. We are making you believe it's economic growth. It's not. Economic growth is not associated with somebody sitting home, giving them a paycheck, and telling them to go spend more than they're producing. What the hell? How the hell can you sit there and produce, give people money, they go spend more than they produce? So they produce nothing, but they go spend. When you produce nothing and you spend, that is not economic growth. That is a lie. It's the worst kind of inflation you can get, because you are going to pay for that. So whether your unemployment benefits were extended, or you got a $300 check or a $1,400 check, you're going to pay for that dearly. Because those people who are getting the money to spend, anytime you spend and you don't work for your money, it's coming from the government, you're going to pay 3 to 5 times that. It's not free. You're going to pay 3 to 5 times that. You go to the gas pumps, Go to the supermarket. Go to the deli. Go buy some meat. See if I'm kidding. But people don't understand it. I'm here trying to get you to understand it, because what's coming down the road is going to be horrific. Horrific. Look, you're being lied to every day. Every day they're lying to you about how wonderful this economy is. We're going to grow 6 to 8%. It's pure inflation. See, economies grow not from writing a check and giving to somebody sitting home who's not working, and he goes spends it, and he spends more than he's producing. That's not economic growth. Economies grow through business investment, referred to as CapEx, where CEOs combine both their profits and their borrowed money, put it together, and they plow it back into their business by way of new IT spending, new machinery, new equipment, new facilities, which in turn increases the company's productivity, allows the company to produce more quality goods while keeping the prices down. We're not keeping the prices down. We're printing money, giving it to the people who are not working. They're go spending it because they're not doing any productivity, and prices are going up. Of course prices are going up because they're not producing anything. That's why prices are going up. That's not economic growth. That's inflation. The only time it's economic growth, not inflation, is if we have CEOs plowing money back into equipment, machinery, whatever, and you're producing more. And when you produce more, you're going to get a wage increase. And you get that wage increase, and you can either spend it, save it, invest it. There you go. Now the economy's growing. That's not inflation. But by getting a check from the government, go spend it, that's pure inflation. But nobody's going to believe it, because people love those checks coming in. They love it. My God. Remember Pelosi? Remember the Obamacare? She was trying to tell people to stay home. Remember that? She was telling them to stay home. She was encouraging people not to work.
If you want to be creative and be a musician or whatever, you can leave your work.
You can leave your work. She said, stay home and play the piano. Write songs. You don't have to go to work. This is what they're doing again. They want you to stay home. Because why? Because it's pure inflation. It's not growth. And who benefits from pure inflation? The Federal Reserve, or the very wealthy who control the Federal Reserve, the very wealthy in our Congress, the CEOs of companies. They all benefit. Even the government benefits from inflation. And who gets killed? Main Street. Main Street. Because prices keep going up, but your wages aren't going up. This is not economic growth. This is a scam. There's only one way to get economic growth. That's through productivity. Spending money to increase productivity, new equipment, etc. We are doing the opposite. Just the opposite. On purpose. On purpose. We have so little productivity, it's pathetic. And people are spending all their extended unemployment benefits, getting all these stimulus checks for nothing more than a welfare check. Now, I'm not saying, and I'm not suggesting that people do not need a helping hand. I'm not saying that. But at least be honest about it. Our politicians should be honest about it. Say, we got to get you back to work. In fact, we're not going to do another stimulus. What we're going to do is take that money, print money, and we're going to take it. We're going to put that money into banks. We're going to encourage small business startups, because small business startups create more jobs than anybody else. So we're going to print this money, give it to the banks, tell them to get out there, start doing business with these people who want to start their businesses. Let's create businesses. Let's get it going. No more stimulus checks. And we're doing you a favor. They should say, come around and be honest. We're doing you a favor. Because, every time we give you a stimulus check or we extend your benefits for unemployment, we're screwing you. Because every dollar you get from us, you're paying at least 3 times to 5 times that dollar in hidden taxes. In hidden taxes. But nobody's going to believe it. We'll be back right after this break with some stocks. What stock should you be in this kind of a situation?
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Graney, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Thinking about investing in the stock market? Go to philsgang.com, where we have over 50 years experience in trading and investing in the stock market. Phil's Gang teaches you how to make profits in the market with stock chart analysis, up-to-the-minute alerts, and always keeping you informed with professional guidance in long and short-term positions. Go to philsgang.com or call one of our professional staff to answer your questions. 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Stop wondering about your financial future and start doing something about it.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed, because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere, because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG. Try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Join my gang. Go to philsgang.com, Working Investor Group. Click onto that. You become a member for 10 days, free, no cost, and you get my color-coded chart. Now that chart, no one else has it. That's patent. It took us a long time to come up with that chart because it tells you exactly when to buy a stock, but when to exit, when to add to a position, when not to, and the most important, when to get out. When to get out. 85% of people in the market lose money because they don't know when to get out, and they always lose money. It's the way it is. It always has been that way. But this chart's designed to give you a heads up. First turns yellow, giving you a warning, so you know when to get out. Then it'll turn red. It works. And you can test it for 10 days free because it works. I know when I say that, you don't believe it, but it does. The chart, we worked on this chart for years because being in this business for over 51 years, on this earth for 75, the thing I learned or I identified was people leave the market because they get hurt. They don't know when to get out of their stock. They stay in too long. They get hurt. And worse, they just sit there and watch the stock go down as their advisors tell them to hang in. Stay. You're going to be just fine. Everything's going to be okay. Just hang in. And matter of fact, worse, which people should be put in jail for doing this, telling you to cost average down. Cost average down. What are you, nuts? You don't cost average down. You don't make your position. I mean, what a stupid thing. You buy a stock 100, now it's down to 75. Buy more. You're cost averaging it. What? If I bought the stock at 75, went to 100, now I'll cost average on the way up, not down. Would you buy a car? Drive it out of the garage, clanking and breaking down, and bring it back to the station or to the dealer, and he says, "I'll tell you what, I'll give you another one. But I'll discount the price." No, he said, "Don't even give me this car." I mean, it's unbelievable. Now, the market, they're doing everything they can to make money. Who's they? The people who control the Federal Reserve. They're the very top. They're the elitists of the elitists. These are the top 1/100th of 1 percentile of our population. They are the wealthiest people in the world. And they help the 1 percentile. And we're talking about the hedge funds. We're talking about the insurance companies. We're talking about the biggest banks. Bunch of gangsters. They're more powerful than the mob. So right now, I'm telling my members, and we're doing very well, I say, look, there's a lot of volatility in this market. Stay with the banks. Stay with the banks. We've been in the banks for a long time. I said, just buy the ETF, XLF. Put in your stops. Turn on your color code chart, which means put on yellow, which I'm doing right now. And that gives you a warning. So right now, in the last 4 days on XLF, we don't have any yellow. In the last 4 trading days. Prior to that, we did. But this is an amazing tool because when you just click it on as I just did, it tells you exactly what's going on with it. It's telling you there's a warning if it's yellow because it follows the money. It follows the money. Now let's take a VNQ. VNQ, we've been doing fantastic with VNQ. Okay, VNQ has been really great, and we've owned that for a long time, and it's still green. Matter of fact, it went up nicely today, and in fact, we're going to add to it today because it meets our criteria. It meets our criteria. Just looking at it right now, beautiful. So that's where you should be. You should be with the leaders. V and Q, those that are REITs, and XLF, they're taking the place of the big tech. That's now the last thing you want to be with is the big tech stocks. Now I know a lot of you are going to chase and you're going to run around and you're going to try to get back. All you do, you're addicted. You're all addicted to Facebook and Google. Now I'm not saying Facebook and Google. I told my members today, if those are stocks you want to be in, if they break out to new highs, and I said I think Facebook will and Google will, because people are so addicted to these stocks they can't buy anything else. So at least Google and Facebook are trying to break out to new highs. Okay, matter of fact, Facebook did today in nice engulfing. So that's another one I told my members this morning, if it breaks out, engulfs, go ahead and buy it. Facebook. So we should give them an advance on that, or yeah. So we're sending our members right now an alert to remind them to add to their position on Google, on Facebook. But the other ones, I wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole. Netflix, Microsoft, until they give us a buy signal. So until we get rid of all this uncertainty, the best thing is stay with the leaders, the banks, and just use the ETF and the REITs. Now, remember what's going on, and people just don't understand this. Our economy only can grow through business investment. So for them to say our economy is growing at 68% is a big lie. You can't grow an economy. An economy doesn't grow and you just print money, give it to somebody, and they go spend it, and yet they're not participating in the growth. They're not working. That's crazy. That's pure inflation. But they don't care. They're not going to explain that to you. Economies to grow, you need that business investment. You need that new machinery. And then from there, that's when they produce more goods. And here's the thing. You produce more goods and better quality and keep the prices down. That's what I just said. You produce more goods, better quality, and keep the prices down. Prices are soaring. So how can you say that's good? Prices are soaring. That's not what's supposed to happen. That's not a good thing. The reason why prices are soaring is because you got these people who are getting checks for doing nothing. They're not producing anything. And they're out there spending more than they're producing. So they're the ones pushing the prices up. That's not economic growth. We have people out there pushing the prices up because they're not working. What are you, nuts? That's not how it works. And everybody's going to pay for it, believe me.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Graney at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. What are you, nuts? 85% of the people do not know how to get out of the market. They lose money because they don't know when to get out. I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. I solved that with my Pro 2 color-coded chart. It tells you when to get out. It tells you when to get in, tells you what to add, not to add. Specifically, when do I get out? It tells you that. Check it out. Go to my site, philsgang.com. Get your 10-day free trial of my Pro 2 color-coded chart and a membership. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Our stock I told you about last week, symbol FUBO. It's a TV network. That's doing very well for us. It was red and it turned green. And it's doing very nice. Matter of fact, since it turned green at $23, it's now $30.48. So we have a 32% gain in that stock. Now, anybody can do that. The important thing is, when do I add to it? When do I get out of it? There's the important one. When do I get out of it? How many of you get into a stock? You have no clue when to get out. No clue. And you sit there and you hope. What a difference when you know, when you have an advance warning when to get out. And that's what my color-coded chart does. And if you don't believe it, try it for 10 days. It works. But the idea of being in a stock and not have a plan to exit, with no exit strategy, if you buy a stock in the market and you don't have an exit strategy, you should get out of the market today. Out of the market today. including all 401ks. You should be out of the market. To just sit there and hope. And most people do. Matter of fact, Larry Kudlow says he prays. When he gets in the market, he simply says, I pray. And, can you imagine?
I buy it and I hold it and I just pray.
Yeah, he prays. Now, Varney, at least he's honest. He said you shouldn't take any investment advice from him because he's a dope.
Don't ever take investment advice from me.
Yeah,
Don't ever take investment advice.
He's being honest about it. Because they don't know when to get out. These guys have no clue what they're doing. You're going to know more than them. And after 10 days, you're going to say, yeah, I wish I did this long ago. And all we ask, if you start making money, that you just send some money to St. Jude. That's all. Send it directly to them. Now, another stock, as I said, remember this stock here, UMC? And this was one of the genius, Kramer. This was one of his stocks. And listen to what he said.
Is United Microelectronics a buy at this level?
I think so. I think so. It's just doing really well. I mean, the chart is wrong. The stock is doing well. I'm okay with it. I really am.
The chart is wrong, he says. The chart. How could a chart be wrong? A chart's never wrong. The chart only reflects the data. The money going in and money going out. It's never wrong. Unbelievable. And this poor guy, he's got into a stock now. He has no idea what he got back into it. It just turned green today. But what he's got to know, if you get in it now, you got to be very careful because this is what we call a 50%er. In other words, the high on this stock was $11.17. Now it's $9.57. Between $9.57 and the high of $11.22, that's all resistance. Those are people, that's called overhang. Those are people who are sitting there saying, I made a mistake. If I just get half my money back, I'm out. That's pretty tough, trying to go up through that and trying to chew that money up. I mean, you got to go, let's see, 958 to 1140. What's that percentage-wise? I mean, that's a haul. You got to go up 19% before you get clear sailing. What it means is once you break out 1140, there's no resistance. It's called a power stock then. That's where you want to buy, unless you have a lot of experience or you're guided by the color-coded chart. But most people don't know that. So this poor guy's still stuck in this thing. He's lost money, and Kramer tells him the chart was wrong. Chart's never wrong. Never wrong. But please, do not get into your Netflix, your Microsoft, your Apple, unless you know what you're doing, and it's got to turn green. And Apple's not green yet. Microsoft is not green yet. That means not enough money is coming in. Netflix is not green yet. Matter of fact, it's yellow. Okay, it's telling you danger. Amazon, it's not green yet. The only two, Google just turned green, and so did Facebook. Those are the only two. But boy, I don't know why anybody would buy Facebook at $2,400 a share. That's insane. You could buy a nice stock like FUBO, which is only a $26 stock. Or you could buy a good oil stock or oil itself. But the bottom line is, look, anytime that we have an economy that is not producing, when we keep printing checks and sending to them, call stimulus, call what you want, it's welfare. It's welfare. And anytime you're sending checks to people to spend more than we're producing, that is so dangerous. That is not economic growth. They're saying we're going to have 6 to 8% economic growth. They should be saying we're going to have 6 to 8% inflation. Inflation. Not economic growth. That's inflation. And just think about it. Why don't we just print $500,000 for everybody every year? Why don't we just the first of each year, we print $500,000 and send a $500,000 check to everybody and just tell them to go spend? They don't have to even work. I mean, that's what they're doing now. And they're bragging how the economy's great. It's up 6 to 8%. Well, why just extend somebody their benefit for 300? Why extend their benefit, their unemployment benefit? Just give them a $500,000 check. What difference does it make? What do you care? It's just all printed money. We can print forever. So think about that. Think about the common sense of it. To say the economy is growing when you're giving money to people who are not working is ridiculous. It's a bold-faced lie. Bold-faced lie. All of this talk about zero rates. It's unbelievable. Now remember, interest rates reflect the price of the money. Price of money. That's what interest rates are. That's all. Simple. But yet they continue to manipulate rates. Not to help you on Main Street. You think they're helping you with your car payment or your house payment? That's why they're manipulating rates. What are you, nuts? They're not helping you. They don't help Main Street. They only help Wall Street. They manipulate rates to mask the true economic condition of the economy and the stock market. That's why they manipulate rates, to mask all the crap going on. What are you, nuts? Artificial low interest rates also lead to people making bad deals. I don't care if it's a stock deal, stock purchase, house purchase. You know how many people bought houses in the last... And by the way, did you see the numbers on the housing, how they're falling off now? They thought they were going to have, I think in March we had 1,021,000, and then April came, we only had 863,000. Remember I told you, don't buy a house. You're buying overpriced houses. I told you houses are 20 to 30% overpriced. You're going to get caught in this downturn. This is not the same market we had from 2001 to 2008. Totally different market. It's a very narrow market. The timing was perfect. A very exclusive group of people who are moving out of the city, going to the country, and it just got hot for a very short time, and people started to get caught up in it, and they thought their houses are going crazy in value, and no. That's all going to stop quickly. Like musical chairs. Now everybody's trying to sit down in the chair. Everybody's running around in a circle. Boy, are people going to get smoked with their house. If you bought a house within the last 8 months, you're going to get smoked. If you have a house right now, try to get out of the contract. Try to get out of the contract if you have it under contract. Get rid of the emotion. It's a business deal. You're buying overpriced homes. It's insane to go out and buy a house today. What you're trying to do is buy a house retail. Do you think one day you can sell it retail? Not how it works. We'll talk more about that when we get back in the building stocks. Should you be a nose?
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com.
Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Thinking about investing in the stock market? Go to philsgang.com, where we have over 50 years experience in trading and investing in the stock market. Phil's Gang teaches you how to make profits in the market with stock chart analysis, up-to-the-minute alerts, and always keeping you informed with professional guidance in long and short-term positions. Go to philsgang.com or call one of our professional staff to answer your questions. 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Stop wondering about your financial future and start doing something about it.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here. And it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Why pay thousands of dollars for a weekend seminar when for only $39.95 a month, philsgang.com provides all the daily market investing information you need to make profits in the stock market. With over 40 years of investing experience, only Phil Grandy and the philsgang.com team provide daily live investing webinars, up-to-the-minute market updates, all the investing educational videos you can imagine. Don't hesitate to learn, invest, and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang Gold, GLD. We've done very well with that's an ETF. An ETF. If that breaks back above around around 170, 179, 179, that area there, you should be in GLD. And then just put a stop under 174.87. That could really be a good stock, GLD. It's right now at 177.85, so let it get above that 179 area, make it even 179. But gold is going to do better and better and better. No question about it. We've done terrific with our gold. From the day it turned green, which was around 162, to where it is now 177, that's up about 9%, 10%. Okay, that's a nice return. But here's the thing about it, is that it's totally stayed green, hasn't changed colors. And if we think it's going to pull back, what we do is just switch over, okay, our chart to where it's yellow, and it turned yellow the last 3 days, okay? So it went from green to yellow, but not back to red, So it's giving us a warning, so we know we got a nice warning here. It's not red yet, still yellow, so we'll just push our position up a little higher. So if it clears that area, then she should turn green and we'll have a good investment. But see, the nice thing about the chart, it turned yellow through the last 3 days. So that means it's warning you that the trend is still looking good. Don't add to it. Don't buy it. Let it break out to a new high. And then when it goes from yellow to green, it gives you that buy signal. I mean, it's that simple. I mean, your kids could do it. I mean, it doesn't take a genius. It doesn't take, all this studying charts. No. And every day at 2 o'clock, we take our portfolio and we post it. Tell you exactly what to do. Example.
Schlumberger. Let's take some profits in Schlumberger. You're getting a little head and shoulders here. Keep your stop underneath it at 34.25. It's still a good hold. Just take some.
Good. I mean, Steve, head of our education department, every day at 2 o'clock, he takes the gang member portfolio and he goes through each stock and just like that records what to do with each of the stocks in our portfolio. Anybody else do that with you? Of course not. They don't do that with you. So check it out. It's free for 10 days, for God's sakes. Okay. Now, lastly, we've been talking about what's going to happen here. We're going to have one of the biggest crashes ever because there is no ammo left. They can't cut rates to stop the crash. They were able to do that with the housing con, the dot-con. They could cut them 25 times in both instances. They had 25 cuts when the dot-con came, and when the housing con came, they were able to get 25 cuts. It slowed it down. It stopped it. We have none. It's going to be unbelievable. In the meantime, all this artificial low interest rates, all the stimulus money, everything they're doing, printing money and giving it to all these folks, tell them not to work, great. It's a killer. But let's be in the right stocks and we'll take advantage of the uptrend right now. But when we get into our stocks, whether it's gold or whatever stock we get into, or the banks or the REITs, whatever ones we get into, we're fully protected. If they're going to reverse on us, we will know in advance. You don't know that with your chart. There's no other charts to do this. And check it out for 10 days, you'll see. But right now, these artificial low interest rates, all the stimulus they're talking about, extending all these benefits, is a bunch of garbage. These stimulus plans are terrible. All this money printing, sending checks to those who do not contribute to productivity. That's nuts. That's now made it impossible for the economy to heal itself. And they know that. But the Federal Reserve, the elitists on Wall Street, they don't care about the economy healing itself. They care about making money. They want to see this market continue to go up. And they don't care how many people are going to go down with this market. They don't care all the 401ks are going to get killed. They could care less about Main Street. Their whole goal is to keep this market going up by printing money, giving it to people who are not connected to any production at all. And that's going to kill this economy. Remember, all this money printing, all this stimulus, all it does is create a temporary illusion of prosperity. There's no prosperity in this market. This is a big fat illusion. Oh, we're up 68%. No, you're not. Be truthful. Say inflation is up 68%. Inflation is up 68% because we have no productivity. All these people spending money, you're giving them money to spend. They're not working. That's ridiculous. You call that prosperity? It's called inflation, you idiot. God, I hate these people on Wall Street, on the CNBC and the rest of them. God, they just don't tell the truth. But in reality, we're getting closer and closer to this bubble bursting. Now, how long is it going to be? I don't know. It doesn't matter to us because we're going to be staying in the banks. We're going to be staying in the leadership group and making money, take advantage of it, just like Wall Street is. We're going to do exactly what they're doing, take advantage of this crime. And is it a crime? Absolutely, this is a crime, what they've been doing. This is unbelievable. Somebody should go to jail for this, for God's sakes. I mean, they're destroying Main Street. They're destroying you. You work hard, your savings, you're trying to pay your house down. They're just every day screwing you. And they make it sound like everything's great, everything's wonderful, right? They don't tell the truth. Listen, here's another guy.
All of the earnings estimates for the S&P 500 are underestimated for Q4 of this year.
None of that is true. That is not true. It's unbelievable. They're talking about how great all the earnings are. The earnings aren't great. Listen to this.
As strong as corporate earnings were in the first quarter, up about 48%. We think earnings in the second quarter are going to be up about 60 or 70%.
But tell them how they get there. That's creating a bubble. How they get there. Why don't you tell them the truth? Because all of this printing of money, they're able to go in and buy the shares when they got lousy earnings. Okay, let's say their earnings are up 5% and they want to go up 20%. So if they got a million shares out, million share float that you and I buy and sell all day long, bid on, million shares, and if they got a 5% and they want to reach 20%, all they do is they go in and they take that million shares and reduce it down to, let's say, 600,000 shares. Now what happens is their earnings go from 5% to 20%. Well, how could that be? Because what they do is they spread their earnings over fewer shares outstanding. That used to be a criminal action. It used to be a felony. No more. So all they do is they take and they reduce the amount of shares they have. That's called stock buybacks. And then they spread their lousy earnings of 5% over these lower amount of shares, a lesser amount. And now it pushes up the earnings. And then that pushes up the stock price. All fake. So what he's saying right there, he should tell you the truth and say, but wait a minute. We'll buy these. The earnings are going up, but they're fake because all through stock buybacks. But we'll put our stops in, and we'll protect ourselves. But we'll take advantage of it. But I want you to know, these earnings, it's all fake. Tell them the truth. Tell them the truth.
As strong as corporate earnings were in the first quarter, up about 48%. We think earnings in the second quarter are going to be up about 60 or 70%.
Now he should say, terrific. He should, oh, shut up. Now he should say, but let me tell you the truth. What's going on? They're not really up that much. The way we got them up there is the CEO of the company, it used to be a felony, he went in and he took money at 0% from the Fed. They give him money free, interest free, and he goes in and he buys his own shares to reduce the amount of outstanding shares. So instead of a 5%, it's going to show it's 40%. That's what they do. But it doesn't matter. As long as you know when to get in the stock, you know when to get out of the stock, and better yet, when you get out, switch your position so you're shorting it. Look, the bottom line, the stimulus program, all it is just more of the Federal Reserve trying to expand the size of the government. They're totally in control. And that they, the elitists, Wall Street banksters, it's all benefiting them and screwing Main Street. So take advantage of this. Join my gang free for just 10 days and sign up for Working Investor Group. See you on the charts.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.